Welcome to Bond SCX. This is week 31, August 1st to August 5th. This is Lance, the Bargain Stock Bounty Hunter, back at you again with another good video. Got Daz joining me again. How you doing today, Jazz?
We're doing good. I'm doing good. Can't complain.
Good, good. Glad to have you join me again, as usual. We're going to get into some good call-outs for the week and hopefully give some good advisement on some stocks. So to start off with a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I advising anyone to spend their money. This is only for educational purposes and only my opinion. Any money spent is at the individual's own discretion and not due to any information from me. So if you're not familiar with the channel, I run a scan throughout the weekend, and it's kind of X marks the spot, kind of give you an idea of where to go to the charts, and kind of give an indication of what's good to look for and what may be good value for this week. So starting out, as usual, I normally start out with the Nasdaq and the New York Stock Exchange, kind of see where we are in the market. It's always good to see where you are in the market before you start jumping into certain stocks. So the first one this week I'm going to look at is the Nasdaq. And so when you look at the Nasdaq, kind of zoom out just a little bit, kind of see where we started, where the war started in Ukraine, started back February 22nd. You see quite a bit of support here around this 1258 range, 12,580 range. And kind of see now, looking fast forward, we're actually getting very close to seeing if that's going to be a resistance or become support again. So kind of getting back into where we kind of were right after the war had started. And so it's looking really good. The market's been pretty strong here lately. And let's see if it'll continue this week. I believe this week, if it can show support, blow past this resistance, I believe it will show support here. So maybe by Friday, we might be back into the range of the cake, which is between these purple lines, which I call the stronghold of the price action. So if that does show support, that would be great to move back into a strong bullish motion and kind of see the MACD again kind of opening up. But I project more realistically by Friday. I believe we'll see a little bit more resistance here, and then we'll see it come down, and we'll see possibly the price action will be somewhere around the 12,100 range to around the 12,288 range. So more realistically here, but very, very good possibility it could kind of bust through here Friday and be up into a good range. So market's looking really good. A lot of the quarterly reports from Q2 looks good, and that's kind of helped push the market forward quite a bit. So moving on to the New York Stock Exchange, very similar action. It's actually already into what I call the cake range. It's already passed into this purple range here. So you see it push through actually Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So really strong in the New York Stock Exchange as well. Been a little bit more down than the Nasdaq here lately. Also see a nice movement in the MACD pulling up. So I would say by Friday for the New York Stock Exchange, looking more likely that it would be realistically around the 15,000 even range to around the 15,200 range. So somewhere right in there, very could possibly push through stronger. You do see the SMA coming quite nicely down through here, which is where we want to see that actually, see if it's going to support or resist the SMA. So here soon, I would expect to see those two come very close together. So, all right, so let's get into the plays of the week for week 31. So Cisco is the top on the list. It's moving at a trend of a 6, which is a very strong trend. So anything at a 6 or 4 is a very strong trend in the upward direction. And so you see Cisco coming at a true value of $54.21. It's $1.16 overpriced, but I believe in this week, if the market kind of pulls back some, I believe you can get into Cisco quite a bit below 44.21. So let's look at the market, look at the charts and see if we can see what I'm looking at with Cisco. So looking at a 1 year, 1 day, Cisco stays heavily for the most part of a year ago above, again, what I call the cake range here. We do see a stark pull back as of April 11th. Definitely called this one out a couple times in March, and in April definitely did a lot of, I guess, resistance here on the SMA. Did not actually push through as we want, and that's what you want to see when you see a stock actually push strongly through. You actually want to see it push through the SMA and stay above that and support the SMA. What we saw here between the March, February, and April range, we saw it resist the SMA and actually pull back down. So you see now within the last few weeks, you see Cisco starting to move very strongly after coming into a low of 40.82. And you see actually a nice little movement here. I see the teal cross the green back on July 18th, and you actually see the green, red cross the blue. You see that happen actually last week. So that's a really good sign. See again, possibly a pullback here. I see a little bit of resistance here, possibly a pullback. I believe if the market pulls back enough, I believe you can get in at 43.41 this week. And so that's what I'm going in with Cisco. If it comes down to 43.41, I'm getting in. If it does not come down that low, I'll pass on this one this week. So 43.41 is where I'm putting my alerts this week. So that's what your call out for Cisco this week.
Yeah, I put really close enough, 43.11.
43.11. All right. A little bit of an undershot, but yeah, that's a good one too, though. 43.11. All right. Any more thoughts on Cisco, Dash, before we move on?
No, not on Cisco.
All right. Moving on to the next one for the week. So scrolling on down the list a little bit, we've got Delta coming in pretty strong at a trend of a 4, and it's about 56 cents over price, coming in at a true value of $31.24. So Delta is another stock we've called out a couple times this year. So let's look at Delta and see what opportunities it presents. So again, looking at 1 year, 1 day, see how this one just really moves very consistently over the last year. And then you see quite a bit of a drop off around the June timeframe, and just kind of fell way below, came to a low of the year of $28.10. And since then, you kind of see a lot of pullback. You see a lot of volume starting to come in around the July 13th range. You're looking at 38 million shares coming in. And so a lot of opportunity here. See some uncovered manipulation again from June 13th, as I pointed out a couple of weeks ago. So we called it out a couple of weeks ago, did not come down to our price point. Actually pushed up really strong, and now we see a little bit of resistance, a little pullback. And one of the things I would like to point out is that this teal line has not fully crossed the blue. It's kind of right there at it. So I do feel like there's a little bit of resistance there, and I think there's a potential for this to pull back down. I think at 30.20 is a great price at this point in time for Delta. I do see a little bit of a pullback slightly in the volume for the MACD. Even though it is looking up, it's still a little bit of a pullback in the volume. So I think could get in at 30.20 with the opportunity to get out somewhere around the 31.79 range. So that's about anywhere in the 2 to 5% range. So I feel pretty confident with 30.20 this week. So that's my call out for Delta. That's what your call out for Delta this week.
A little off from you on that one. I got 29. 20. Wait, what is this? That's my alert from before. Yeah, I wrote down 29.17.
29.17. Okay.
I'm looking at. I got an old alert for 28.35. That though.
Okay. So 29.17, I got 30.20. So still good prices there. Delta's definitely one you could hold. I think there's definitely opportunity for this one to get definitely back into the 39, 35, 39 range. Pretty easy. Again, still got some uncovered manipulation at 34.06. So definitely think Delta's still it's good buying range at this point. Anything else on Delta, Dash?
No, not at all.
All right. Moving on to the next one this week, we've got HP Incorporated coming in. Last week came in fairly decent. Called this one out last week. Coming in this week at a trend of a 2, which is a decent upward trend. That's about $1.03 over price. Looking at a true value of $32.35. So let's look at HP up INC. I think this is the one last week, Dash, you did not call out last week. So we'll get your call out this week. Hopefully you got the right one this time. So looking at this.
Right one.
You do? Okay, good. Looking at this stock, you can see the SMA here, and you see it's highly above the SMA since the last year, quite a bit. Again, heavily above the cake range. You see a stark drop down, and you see it comes below the SMA, actually resists the SMA, and now you see below the cake range. Now you see it back in the cake range. So this one is really pretty consistent as far as the stock's concerned. We did call this one out. Let me look back here. Called it out right around the March 14th week. Did not come quite down to our price point, but it did take off again and stay above the cake for quite a while, all the way to June. So see a great opportunity last week. Called it out around 30.85. Did not even come close. I'm gonna take a chance this week at 31.20. See if it's gonna come down to that price. I'm not anxious to get into HPQ just because of where it's at. It could be a little dicey. It could pull back against this range. So if it comes down around 31.20, I'm definitely feeling like I want to get in, but I'm not going to reach for this one at all this week. But 31.20 is a great opportunity. I feel like you see the MACD hasn't even crossed the midpoint here, so definitely a lot of opportunity for this one to pull back up. It could pull up and resist the SMA again sometime here in the next couple of weeks. But if the market does pull back down, I do feel like 31.20 is where I'm getting in. So that's my call out for HPQ this week. So that's what's your call out for HPQ.
So I got 32.30.
32.30. Any thoughts on HPQ?
No, not really. I feel like it's a long-term play, honestly, though. You can day trade it, of course, too, but
okay.
I don't know. It's really flat to me. It's like an in and out stock, but unless you just want to hold long term.
Gotcha. All right, appreciate that. Yeah, I got this one as a short-term trade. So yeah, I think for this week, I would definitely play this one short. All right, moving on to the next one this week. So Joby, another company we've called out quite a few times in the last few weeks, coming in at a trend of a 2, slight upward trend. It's about 19 cents overpriced, coming in at a true value of $5.35. So this company has been making some nice movements lately. Kind of see where we've called it out in the last few weeks. Didn't quite come down to our price point in July 11th, 12th week. Didn't quite come down to our price point in the July 20th week. So it's been kind of avoiding our price point. It's really pushed high above, but you do see a little bit of a resistance. So if you look back just slightly, kind of see how this and the SMA have kind of been very parallel, but you see a resistance here on this dotted yellow line. And that's what I see here lately, actually pushed above in the last couple of weeks. So what we really want to see is for this to attack the SMA and cross through. And that's where I'm calling this one out this week, because I feel really strong like this one's getting really close to busting through, where it could really explode as a price point and move into some uncovered manipulation back to the $6 range and even higher. And so again, this is one definitely want to look at because it's getting really close to crossing this SMA. Will the SMA be resistance? Could be. Will it push through? I think very much possibly so. It does have some earnings reports coming out in the next week, so that's something to be aware of too. So maybe some anticipation around some money or some funding coming into this company. So I definitely feel like at $5.26 is definitely very valuable at that price point, and that's kind of where I'm going in this week with Joby. So that's what your call out for Joby Aviation this week.
I got it call out 493.
493.
Yeah.
All right. 493. All right. Any more thoughts on Joby this week, Daz?
Not on Joby. I really don't know much. Not too much about it yet, but you know, gotta look into that one more.
All right. Good deal. Good deal. All right. Coming in next on the list, more of a long-term trade. So I'm gonna go with Metaverse coming in at Meta company, formerly Facebook, of course. And so coming in a flat trend this week. It's actually coming in already undervalued, on sale at $6.61 on sale at a true value of 165.71. And so let's go to the charts and see what opportunity Metaverse is actually showing us this week. So again, this company has been highly beat up since February, actually. And so you see a lot of volume coming in, pulling the price down 188 million shares since then. And it's been on a steady downtrend. It did have an earnings report last week. And look at the earnings report, they actually lost or didn't make quite as much as they anticipated, just a few cents under their estimation. So to see a steady downtrend, see a little bit of a bounce. But what I see here is a lot of volume coming in, buying at 73 million shares around the price point of $160. And I see the MACD starting to pull down a little bit. I do see some support here around this 154.91 range. So I feel really confident this one gets down to 154.91 by Friday, or even for the long term, you can make anywhere between 7% or more. So I feel very confident with coming in at 154.91 as a great price point to come in and get some Metaverse stock. At least start to buy a share or two and possibly average down. If it comes down below that a little bit more. I just had a recent low of 154.25 for the year. So not a bad price point there. So I feel pretty good with 154.91. So that's where I'm going in this week with Metaverse. That's what you call out for Meta this week.
I got 155.56.
155.56. Not too far off.
Yeah, like you said it all. Like that stock's not going anywhere, and you'll make it back.
Yeah, 155.56 it is. All right. Anything more on Meta this week?
No, I don't got anything.
All right. Next on the list is QuantumScape, another company we've called out a couple times this year. Coming in at a flat trend, about 31 cents overpriced at a true value of $10.51. Another long-term investment stock here. So looking at QuantumScape, let's see what opportunities it presents to us. So we look at the SMA, steady downtrend is which kind of how I use the SMA as a kind of a trend line here. You see some resistance here on the SMA in April. And now we see an opportunity where we can get in this week. So we had a couple of call outs here last couple of weeks. So void is here in the week of July 20th. So it's been steady pushing strong up. And so you do see a little bit of a pullback and resistance here. And so I believe there's some uncovered manipulation from this point at $12.13. See a lot of volume coming in back in June 13th, and that's already been covered, obviously. You see about 15 million shares coming in then. did have a recent earnings report last week, and they actually lost a little bit more than anticipated as far as per share. So it didn't really affect the price. If you notice here, did see, like I said, see a little volume coming in here, 9 million, but didn't push the price down. So I guess there's some confidence in that this company is going to stay a little bit stronger. But I do feel like this week it can come down to about $9.35, and that'll be a good point to get in for me and get about 16% for this week. But definitely, if you're going to hold it longer, you can definitely get more than that. See a little bit of a pullback here on the MACD, so I definitely think this one will come back down some more. Definitely can get in some really good prices and load up on QuantumScape. So 935 is my go-in price for this one this week. That's what your call out for QuantumScape.
Sorry, I had it on mute. So QuantumScape. Oh wow, I went away. 10:07. There we go.
10:07. Right. Maybe we can get in on this one this week. It's been avoiding us, both of us.
Yeah, I'm a little. Usually, I'm bearish on pretty much almost anything, but I said let me raise it up a little bit. I couldn't find what I wrote down though.
Yeah. All right. So 10:07 it is, 935 for me. So both really good prices, both under true value. So, all right, moving on to the last one, kind of going down the list a little bit more. Did I not put this one here? Yes, I did not highlight this one. I had Ericsson on the list. Did I send you? Did you see Ericsson on the list, Daz? Let's see it on here. Must have forgot to copy this one over. So we'll get a bonus one in. Didn't highlight this one for Daz, but I did do some analysis for myself. So Ericsson, Telephonic, got some good opportunity this week for this one. I think they had a merger, or they bought out Vonage Holdings. So Vonage, I believe, does believe like phone networks that are still more like at home. So not cellular phones, but actually still for people who don't have the opportunity to have a cell phone, they can actually still have a in-house phone. So they actually bought Vonage out. Supposedly they're actually planning to buy Vonage out. So looking at that that news report that came out, see a little bit of a cross here, see a positive movement in the MACD. Do see these coming really, really close together. That's the EMA, the teal, green, red, and blue. See a little bit of resistance here, but I believe at $6.91, I feel real comfortable getting in with Ericsson this week. It is on a slight little bit of a downtrend here, but see an opportunity for sure to get in and possibly get out by Friday with about 6 to 8%. So I'm going in with Ericsson at 691 with a little bit of a bonus one for everyone. I didn't actually put that on the list for Dash to evaluate. So, but that's pretty much all that I had. Dash, you got any comments or any thoughts around any other stocks? We got a little time left. Got anything else you wanted to kind of call out or look at?
Call out. Not necessarily, but I am looking at a few of the stocks that kind of mimic the cryptos, like the Ethereum, Grayscale, and the Grayscale
Right.
Bitcoin Press. I'm looking at a few of those this week.
Okay, let's look at those real quick.
The first one's GBTC.
GBTC. GBTC. Okay, there we go. All right.
That one's beat bad.
Wow, look at the volume. Jeez. Coming in heavy here. I think you've got an opportunity to get in though. Look at that. I guess starting to come back down a little bit. I don't see a lot of manipulation in the stock though. You notice that? I mean, I see it back here. What's that? All that's been covered. But I don't see anything of late. I would say 13, 16 for that one. Possibly 12. Nowhere between 12 and 13 looks real good to me.
Yeah, I'm looking at I got a alert set at 12:42.
Okay, that sounds good. Let's look at Bitcoin real quick because that's gonna mimic Bitcoin. So let's look at the thing is Bitcoin moves throughout the weekend and that does not. So it's kind of weird. I'm not sure how they price it in based on the weekend movement. So it's showing frozen from Friday, so it's not showing current Bitcoin. So let's look at my phone. See if you can see where Bitcoin's current price is. So it's currently at 2342. 23,422. It actually fallen a little bit since Friday's numbers here. So it looks like Bitcoin could come down. It looks like all this is almost crossed. It looks like it's supporting on the red here. So if it comes down to 21.9, I think you can get in with it. Definitely at that price point. You said what, 1242? So yeah, I think you'll be good.
Yeah. Then the next one was ETHE.
Oh yeah, that's the grayscale Ethereum. Oh yeah. I'm doing a little analysis on this one.
Yeah, I just need to get back on that price.
Yeah.
I just know Ethereum's been ripping it lately. So
no. You got a support here on the green. So I would say maybe 1052 is possible, but more likely, I would say more likely 1130. 1052 to 1130 would be ideal. But look how much is opening up here. It looks like the volume's starting to pick up a little bit too. Where's Ethereum at right now? It's at 1697. So compared to Friday where it froze here, let's look at Ethereum. Let's see, 1697. So it's about somewhere right here right now. So it's pretty flat from Friday. Yes, it's supporting on the EMA pretty good though. Yes, it's gonna be tough to get in. Looks like it's showing a little resistance here though. It's not good. It's good for you. It's not good for me because I'm already in. Yeah. But yeah, looking at back to ETHE, I would say 1130, man. If you can get in it, yeah, I would set my alerts around 1130.
Okay. Would you say that's long or short?
That's a good question.
I'll probably say long for Ethereum, long term. I guess that's if you believe in that platform and everything. But
it's long. I do think it's going to pull back here. I mean, it's stocks. I mean, well, not stock, but this crypto's been widely manipulated. I would say short term, because at this point, I believe it's showing a lot of resistance here. Unless it pushes through tonight, through this level here, which it pushes into the 1800 range, I think it's gonna pull back enough to probably about the 1508, probably even down to 1200. So hard to say, but overnight this thing goes crazy. As you call gaps here, you see how much it goes. It's crazy.
yeah, so that's another thing too. So I would never, I guess I would never, but I would not want to hold like a grayscale stock over a weekend or something, because it gets really drastic. Like it can be terrible.
Yeah, and I don't know how they price it in from the weekend. I would love to see.
I don't know either, because if you look back at I think if you go back like 4 years, because it was at around like $5 and it hit the what, like 40s. Let me see. Yeah, I see right there. Yep. So I don't get the conversion with that either, honestly.
Man, this one's all over the place. But like I said, it's following Ethereum, which has been very much all over the place. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can get much lower. Talking about ETHE, I think we're good. I think you're good there.
Okay.
All right. Any other ones you got?
No, that's one thing I had my eyes on.
All right, good
this
deal.
week.
Good deal. I'm gonna throw this one out there. Carnival. I'm gonna throw this one out here real quick.
Oh yeah, Carnival's doing. I think Carnival's gonna be good.
Called this one out a couple times, man. This one's, man, really, really good. So got in really pretty much came down to 860, came down my price point. I got loaded up at 850, and 845, I believe. So loaded up pretty heavy in Carnival. Didn't come all the way up to my price point here, but I'm still holding right now, so I'm good. I feel like I'm pretty good. I think it might come down a little bit more, so I might load up some more this week. But definitely gonna hold on to this one. Waiting for 1285 potentially. About 48%. So I can get about 50% of that, I'll be good. I'll be real good. So, but this one was a great call out for us last week. Definitely came down to your price point, came down to mine. So yeah, this one was a good one. So put in my alerts and everything came in at a good time. So I was able to place quite a few orders through there. So all right. So Dash, you got anything else before we end the video this week?
Oh nah, man. Nothing else. Enjoyed it as always.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us again. For all the ones who continue to watch the videos, appreciate your support. Continue to like and subscribe, and pass the word along. If there's anyone else that interested in the stock market and want to, get in at some good prices, let them know about the channel. So appreciate everyone for joining, and again, thanks for your time. See you next week.